Welcome to the second video in our series on Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the first part of the book, where Frankl describes his experiences as a prisoner in several concentration camps during World War II. Frankl was first sent to the Theresienstadt ghetto in Czechoslovakia, where conditions were already terrible. From there, he was transferred to the infamous Auschwitz concentration camp, where he spent several months before being moved to another camp, Harrowing. Finally, he was liberated by American troops from the Dachau concentration camp. In Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl describes the daily life of a prisoner in the concentration camps. He vividly portrays the struggle for survival, the constant threat of death, and the unspeakable horrors that prisoners endured. The prisoners were stripped of their dignity, their possessions, and their names. They were reduced to mere numbers, and forced to work long hours in grueling conditions with little food or water. The conditions in the concentration camps were brutal and inhumane. Prisoners were subjected to physical and emotional abuse, and many died from disease, starvation, or execution. Frankl himself was subjected to a range of atrocities, including being forced to march in freezing temperatures without adequate clothing, being beaten and whipped by guards, and being subjected to medical experiments. Despite these unbearable conditions, Frankl observed that some prisoners were able to maintain their humanity and dignity. He writes, quoting Frankl, "The prisoner who had lost faith in the future, his future was doomed. With his loss of belief in the future, he also lost his spiritual hold. He let himself decline and became subject to mental and physical decay." Frankl's observations led him to believe that the most important thing for a prisoner was to maintain a sense of purpose and meaning, even in the face of extreme suffering. He observed that those who were able to find meaning in their lives, even in the most difficult circumstances, were more likely to survive. In Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl explores the psychological and emotional challenges that he and his fellow prisoners faced, and the importance of finding meaning and purpose in life even in the most challenging of circumstances. He emphasizes that our ability to find meaning is what ultimately determines our mental and emotional well-being. Join us for the next video in this series, where we'll take a closer look at how Frankl's experiences in the concentration camps led him to develop his philosophy of logotherapy.